Arrestio memento.
Roasting the Wizarding Mushrooms, Episode 3. Behold Elder Dumblespore, the respectable grandfather of the forest, headmush for longer than legally reasonable, mascot of wisdom. If you ignore the part where every school year looked like a Hunger Games trial run for gifted minors. And the question is, how did he become a full-time grief economist who harvested sentimentality from fungi who trusted him? Well, it all began with the summer love that broke him. Young Dumblespore fell for Gilly Grindelwald, a seductive manifesto with cheekbones and a moral compass made of wet cardboard. They invented the world's first long-distance ethical crisis situationship and hosted the worst lovers' quarrel in magical history. The kind that ends with a sibling casualty and a lifetime of regrets. Ever since, Dumblespore has believed love is the strongest magic, mostly as a weapon. And when he realized his own hunger for power could make him a tyrant if he accepted leadership of the fungi government, he chose head mushter as his lifelong career and changed the target demographic. Because why rule adults with resistance when you can pre-install obedience and impressionable baby mushrooms at the firmware level? So he spent decades testing the same emotional algebra hypothesis, using an entire school as variables. Then, Dumblespore walked into an orphanage and met a baby shroom who steals from other baby shrooms, enjoys making animals scream, and collects trophies from fear. Any normal adult would call social services. Dumblespore said,
Ah yes, Lockwalk's material. Give him a wand.
And boom, he basically upgraded doomed Morel from troubled child to Lord Mold Emo by giving him zero therapy, a castle full of unsupervised magic. After accidentally becoming the world's biggest Kickstarter sponsor for Doomed Morel's Buy One Get Six Free soul-splitting project, Dumblespore spent the rest of his life shocked that the walking red flag turned out red. Under any honest audit, the forest's deadliest villain is actually Dumblespore's worst alumni outlier. But even that wasn't Dumblespore's wildest project. No, his magnum opus was Harry Spotty. He didn't discover a hero, he authored one. Dumblespore's safety policy has always been, children learn best while almost dying. Every fatal incident came with a lesson plan and a speech about the greater good. Cedric die early? Character development for Harry. Serious dog. Narrative catalyst. Harry walking into death. Final exam curriculum. And when asked why he didn't use his predictive power to solve things earlier, he answered,
Because then the children would learn.
Which, translated from Dumblesporish, means,
Where's the drama in that?
his signature mentorship style? Plausible deniability. Manipulate severed snaps into lifelong grief labor, call it loyalty. Manipulate Harry Spotty into timed self-sacrifice, call it destiny. He knew everything. Snape's true allegiance, Moldimo's immortality recipe, the best timing Harry was supposed to die, and told absolutely no one because spoilers ruined suspense tension. Dumblespore didn't stop danger. He booked it in advance and printed the promo posters. And the forest keeps letting him, because he glows at night and whispers things that sound profound when you don't get enough sleep, like,
Warmth can be found, even in the coldest of winters, if one only remembers which student to throw into the fire.
He would hug you once with his tactical kindness, and deploy you to war like a tear-soaked Pokemon summon. Dumblespore didn't build a school. He built an army out of children, a strategy out of orphans, and a legacy out of people who didn't survive long enough to complain. And he would have gotten away with it too if the universe hadn't critically failed his final draft. But theatric justice struck. Harry was supposed to die on cue, but the universe cancelled rehearsal and Dumblespore died first, undone by his own addiction to narrative poetry. The greatest wizard of the age, defeated not by evil, not by prophecy, but by his obsession with plot perfection. Although, if you ask him in the afterlife, he will absolutely insist that this was part of his master plan too.
Of course this was my miscalculation, Harry. But why should that mean it was unattended?
The answer wrong, including wrong. But the play is done and now you are wrong.
Arrestio memento.
Roasting the Wizarding Mushrooms next episode, Severed Snap. And if you don't want YouTube to bury it under cooking tutorials and crypto scams, press like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you actually see it when it drops.